what is your takeaway about the top 3 in the draft after 4 days in Palm Beach?
I would say, let's start with this, Andrew. It's the draft. Everybody lies. Nothing truly shocks me anymore. I would be very, very surprised if Cam Ward does not go number 1 to the Titans. It's the strong consensus within the league. Would he be the number 1 quarterback in every class? Probably not, but he's the clear number 1 quarterback in this class. As much as the Titans could be tempted, is there a price, an offer point at which they would move? I think everybody's got a price point that they would move from, but I don't get the sense that that's the direction it's going. So I would say, sitting here right now, Cam Ward is most likely the number 1 pick to the Titans, which then would mean the draft begins at number 2. And I would say the most asked question from other teams within the league is, what are the Browns doing? What are they going to do at number 2? They do not currently have a quarterback plan. The only healthy quarterback on their roster is Kenny Pickett. It does not sound like Deshaun Watson is going to be ready to play at all in 2025. And so you're going to need multiple quarterbacks added to the roster. But are you going to pursue something at number 2 overall, depending how you feel about the value? And that's where it's probably, illustrative, the fact that it's not just Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski at these pro days. Paul DePodesta is, I know, on the credential list for the event today at Colorado. Jimmy Haslam is going around to all these various workouts too. This is an organizational decision, and they want to make sure that the value is going to be there. It would not shock me if they took a quarterback at number 2. If I had to right now lean, I would say they don't take one there. Obviously, you've got some potential. There's a lot of debate about who's the number 2, the number 3 quarterback in this draft. You potentially could get those guys, whether it's trading back into later in 1, whether it's in the 2nd round, the 3rd round, even potentially. And then you've still got some loose ends out there, like Joe Flacco, who's obviously had some success with Cleveland. You have Kirk Cousins, who at some point here, it's not going to be before the draft, but at some point, you could be going down the road of Kirk looking for, being willing to move the no trade to the right team. And the Falcons, who to this point have set a very high price on what it would take to get Kirk Cousins, maybe softening on that under the reality that it's probably not going to benefit you a whole lot to have Kirk Cousins staring over Michael Penix's shoulder through the entire offseason. So number 2 is absolutely fascinating. There's also this, the Giants at 3, even after signing Russ, even after signing Jameis, still have a long-term plan quarterback need. Both those guys are on 1-year deals. They're making whatever it is, $15 million total. This is, that's bridge quarterback money between the two of them. It would not surprise me at all if they went Shedeur Sanders. And the boogeyman in this whole thing is, could somebody potentially think the Giants are going to do that and trade into number 2 with Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
The other piece of it, Andrew, that you can't overlook is this draft, there's some very talented players. But when you're talking about the first rounders or like that elite group, you're talking about 4 or 5 guys. And if you're anybody up at the top, even if you get a crazy trade offer, you're not going to want to trade, depending where you have that line, out of those top 4 or 5 guys, because now, you're getting a bunch of picks potentially in future years, but you're downgrading what could be an elite player coming into your program here. There's a ton of moving parts. And I would say right now, sitting here today, nothing firm at Tennessee. They're out there. They're going to work out Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders here. But right now, the consensus within the league is this draft really begins at number 2.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.